All right, first ride, we're gonna go take the Bike Tricks Challenger out for a ride, see how she does. This, got my trusty GoPro. This is, well, I'm gonna call this a middle of the road option as far as e-bikes go. And there are more expensive options out there. There are more feature-rich options out there, but for the money, this thing is packed. It's loaded. I don't think you're going to find another bike with similar options with this price point. As of this video, these are right around $1,700. And I mean, we're talking about a fully loaded bike. This thing has disc brakes, 7-speed transmissions, Shimano. It's not, an off brand. It's an actual name brand. It's high-end stuff. It is a hub motor in the back, 750 watts, so less parts to worry about. Maintenance-wise, this should be a breeze. Really nothing to go wrong. It has full suspension, front and rear. That's a huge plus for anybody who's going to be going off the beaten path, onto some more bumpy paths, onto some trails and things like that. Seating is fixed. It's a motorcycle style or moped style seating. You can see right here. This is great. I like this because this is a wider area to seat, and it is easier on your back end. Very, very comfortable. We've got a built-in rack in the back to hold stuff. And I like the wood. It's a nice touch. Looks cool, and it's functional, and you can always replace it if you need to. Bell, ready to go. As you can see, a full-size LCD screen here. Shows your mile per hour, shows your voltage, and all kinds of things. You can use this screen to do quite a bit. Your transmission control is here. Your gear selector is here. Up and down. Brake levers both sides. Leather wrapped grips, really nice. Twist style throttle right here. So if you don't want to use the pedals, you can just use this. If you are pedaling, it will assist you depending on the level that you set it at. Up and down, really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and take this for a spin. I like the fat tires on it also because it allows you to roll over stuff like this. There's pea gravel and sand and things like that. You don't have to worry about it so much. We're gonna see what this thing's all about because I got a nice little 10-mile hike that I like to try. I'm gonna use the throttle most of the time. I'm not really a pedal person. If I'm gonna pedal, it's probably because I'm running out of juice, but I think it'll pedal just fine. So let's go ahead and mount up. Let's take this thing on a 10-mile cruise and see what it's all about. This bike, to me, is the ultimate do everything. If you've got a farm like I do, this is perfect going back and forth to the barn. You don't need to be walking all the time. It's okay, but that helps a lot. Carriage, you can actually put things on the back here. You can take stuff with you, go to the corner store, pick up some quick groceries and get back home, or just a leisure ride, go around anywhere you want. I think that, honestly, you know what, I'll say this, I think this has a utility use for like military or law enforcement or something like that. If you need something that's quiet, clean, compact, this can fit in a car, this can fit in the back of a car on the bike racks. You can do stuff with this that you can do with a bicycle, but it allows you to do it with much less effort, I guess the best way to put it. It's not intrusive. Let's see what kind of range we get. That's going to be the big thing. They advertise like a 40-mile range. I'm expecting closer to 30, but we'll find out for sure. I'm going to go on a 10-mile cruise right now, and you're going to come along with me. First thing I can tell you is the suspension is actually really nice. It really smooths out the bike. So we've got our little GPS set up here. Let's see what the speed looks like. This is just off of the wrist here. I'm not using pedal assist. but we'll see how far off the mile per hour is. Showing around 29 on the Speedo, 28, and around 26. So about 2 miles an hour, 2 to 3 miles per hour off. That's not too bad. And I think we can adjust that. We'll be able to adjust for that for sure. Shortcut. Brakes are very nice. Definitely want to have good brakes if you're gonna be going 25, 26 miles an hour on a bicycle. But this, to be honest, is not just a bicycle. It is built way heavier duty than a bicycle. It's more like a moped. Off-road section here. No problem at all. I'll tell you that right now. Look at this thing go. Yeah, it just takes all the bumps, no problem. This is absolutely awesome. On-road and off-road, no trouble at all. Man, kind of want to find a jump or something. This thing just takes it. So we're halfway through our little trip here. As you can see, it is a little off on the odometer, showing a little bit optimistic. 5.3 miles. It's actually 5 miles exactly. So that is programmable. I'll figure out how to do that. We'll get that just right. Probably even just, I don't know, take some air out of the tires or something, or put some air in the tires or whatever. But either way, not bad. As you can see, there was some mixed terrain there. We went on-road, off-road. We'll do the same thing on the way back, and I'll add some pedaling in just to see how it does. I pedaled a little bit while we were going here, and it doesn't pedal that difficult at all. It's a pretty heavy bike. We're talking about a 80-pound bike or so, but it pedals fine, no problem at all. So if I would not be afraid to run out of juice on this bike, especially on paved roads. Off-road, not that bad, but it would be a little bit more difficult to pedal home. Either way, so far I'm loving it. So I'm gonna hang out for a minute and then we'll go back. All right, so I made an adjustment to the wheel speed diameter for the speedometer, and I think we got it pretty close. Let's see. And now we have a headwind going this way, so that's also gonna play a factor in the top speed, but let's see what we get. Into the wind. We're pretty close, as you can see. 25, 26, that's about right. And the top speed is about the same still, even into the wind. I'll duck down. Let's see if I can get a little more. I don't think so. There we go. So we're still seeing around 26, 27 miles per hour. pretty good. Not too bad. We see one bar on the power indicator is, or on the battery indicator is down. But we're still cranking. What a great bike this thing is, man, I tell you. All right, so we're getting near the end of our 10-mile journey. And you can see we've used up about half of the battery power, or close to it. So I think that realistically 10 miles is comfortable. 15 is probably my limit for comfort, so that I don't run completely out of battery. But 20 is probably about the absolute furthest we can go. I'd say 20 miles is about right for throttle, wrist throttle only. In other words, no pedaling. I have not been pedaling. And you can see we're right at that 10-mile mark. But honestly, pedaling is really not that bad. You can see here I'm pedaling now. And with the pedal assist, I'm barely putting any pressure, and that's working just fine. And I can turn the assist off with this button over here. Now there's no assist, so we're at 0. And honestly, not that bad. I'm pedaling this thing no problem. I mean, you can do easily 10 miles an hour and not even break a sweat. So not too bad, but I'm gonna finish it off using the throttle. We're gonna get that full 10 miles. I'm loving it. All right, we're back. Success. So there was our 10-mile trip. Like I adjusted that mileage on the way back, and it did work. So you can see we got accurate mileage on the way back. So we're all tuned up, dialed up, and this thing is a champ. Really enjoyed that ride. We're gonna do some more riding with this. I'm gonna put Carla on it. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna have a little bike tricks, bike off. We're gonna get the Juggernaut out. We'll compare the two. We're gonna have some fun with this thing, and you will too if you end up with one. So check them out. Go to Bike Tricks. I'm gonna put a link in the description because I want everybody to have the opportunity to have the same cool stuff that I get on the channel. And you can see here, battery indicator showing good, 10 miles. I was balls to the wall the whole time, 27 miles an hour, both ways. And I did not use the pedal at all. So pretty impressive, I have to admit. I don't like pedaling. I mean, it's fun once in a while, but this was a blast. I had a fun ride, and I'm going to do a lot more. So using it on the farm, obviously, it's a big deal. We got a lot of property we got to go around, and basically getting around this property is a pain in the butt because every corner of it is being used for something. So we're always constantly going all around it. Also in the area that I live, there's a lot of paths, a lot of horse trails, and we also use them to ride along with the horses when we go on trail rides and stuff like that. So these bikes are awesome, especially for this area. If you're an equestrian, if you're outdoorsman, if you're a camper, if you're a hunter, if you're a fisherman, you're going to see all the stuff that I do with this bike, and you could do the same thing too. So stay tuned. Lots more to come.